The first product Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today we are doing our super delayed June speed reviews. I was actually intending on, releasing this video at the appropriate time because it is now mid-July. The concept of putting together a video last week was just like a no-go. So here we are today talking about the 5 products that I have tried out for the month of June. We have some really big winners in here, so let's go ahead and get started. The first product we're going to be talking about today is the Color Boss Squad Multidimensional Eye Color Quad from Makiage. I have this in the shade Workaholic. Let me talk about packaging first. This is a weighty eyeshadow palette that feels super, super luxurious every single time you hold it in your hand. My only gripe about this is that it is the super fingerprinty prone packaging, but honestly, that is a small price to pay given the experience of these eyeshadows. I actually think that this is quite similar to the Tom Ford quad eyeshadows, but for a fraction of the price. These eyeshadows, I would say, are a lot more on the buildable side of things, so they're not necessarily going to give you an intense color laydown right off the bat when you are doing your eyeshadow. It is going to require a little bit of building over time so that you can really build up that pigmentation, but once you're there, it just looks so good on your eyes. It doesn't crease into your lines on your eyes because I have those now, and then it also lasts all day. So this is a really great eyeshadow. The only thing that I have to complain about, and this is more of a shade thing rather than a formula thing, I thought it was really weird that they put in this deeper brown here. This to me feels like a really cool tone brown, whereas the other shades in here are a little bit more warmer, and so for me, I would prefer to have a little bit more cohesion in my eyeshadow quads, only just because again, you only have 4 shades that you get to play with if you're bringing this on travel, and so I would have preferred to see this brown be a little bit more warm toned rather than being such a deep cool toned brown. So that's my only complaint about it, but other than that, I think my eyes are really beautiful. So, and I love this sparkly shade. Literally just brightens up your eyes right away. The next product we're going to be talking about is the Fenty Beauty Match Stix, and I have this in the shade Mocha. So this is their contouring product, basically like a cream bronzer or a cream contour. This is a product that I have known for a long time that I really like. Now, I've been going into a lot of different cream bronzers recently, and so I feel like I have figured out what formulas work best on top of what kind of foundation or skin tint that you are wearing. It looks good blended out, but the only thing that I would say about this product is that it works best on top of if you're not wearing any foundation at all, or you are wearing a skin tint that's a little bit more on the hydrating side. So this product, if you try to apply it directly onto your foundation from the stick and you're wearing a full coverage foundation, a mattifying foundation, it will pull up a little bit on that foundation. You will just see some of that coverage get removed as you are drawing the product onto your cheek. And so if you are wearing a more full coverage mattifying foundation, I would highly recommend taking a brush and then just grabbing that product on your brush first and then dabbing that on to your face versus applying the product directly. I think the reason why it does that is because you can see even from this finish here, it's a little bit more of a matte finish to it, and so it's not that dewy formula that is going to be super emollient and easy to just work with. Having said that, I think there's just that compromise between right, if you're gonna go for a matte cream bronzer, you are just gonna have to know that it's gonna apply a little bit differently than some of the more hydrating cream bronzers where you can just apply that directly on top of foundation and it blends in like a dream. That's the only thing I would say about this, but other than that, I really like this product. The next product we're going to talk about is from Beauty Bakerie. This is their Lemon Bar Face Palette, and let me just say, first of all, this is such a cute palette idea. I love the concept behind Beauty Bakerie, obviously, because if you love dessert and makeup, this is the perfect combination of those two things. The bronzer in here, so I love first of all that it comes with 2 different shades. I actually mix and match both of these shades when I'm doing my bronzer. That is what I'm wearing right now. I have the Fenty Beauty underneath and then I have bronzer on top. This is a great powder. It is a very soft, soft bronzer. And so when you are using your brush and dipping into the pan, just be aware that it can fluff everywhere if you're not super careful with it. That's the only thing that I don't like about this. It doesn't bother me so much though, because the blend of this powder into your skin is like pristine. I actually did not even put down a layer of translucent powder between my cream products and the powder bronzers, and it looks so, so good. That to me is like, damn. If I don't even need to put down a layer of translucent powder to get this product to blend in beautifully on my skin, like holy moly. The highlight is fine in this palette. I will say it is interestingly like yellow toned, obviously because it's a lemon bar palette. I do think that this blends in really, really nicely into the skin, but this is not one of the highlights that I would typically like reach for. I would say it's just got an interesting cast to it. So shade wise, not exactly my favorite. The way that it lays onto the skin is like, it's pretty good. Like it looks pretty nice on my face. No complaints there, but just again, it's a little bit too yellow for my taste. The fourth product we're going to talk about is from PYT Beauty. This is their Set Me Up setting powder in the shade Light Peach. So this is supposed to give you an ultra fine sheer, no mess press setting powder to give skin a smooth glow. I actually really, really love this powder underneath my eyes. I don't like it so much as an all over powder, mostly just because it is a powder that's going to give you a little bit more glow to the face. And so when I put it in like the other areas of my face, it's like too much glow, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like I tend to be more of an oily person, so when I am doing like all over face powders, I need something that's going to be like, you know, keep product on my face and keep that oil at bay, whereas this one, again, it's going to give you a little bit more of that glow. And so I really, really like it for underneath the eyes. I think this is actually a very, very finely milled powder. It definitely blends in really, really nicely. It sets down your concealer really well. Shade-wise, I don't think I can get away with using this underneath my eyes in the winter. I think it's going to be too dark at that point, but for a summer concealer setting powder, which you guys know I use a different one for concealer and a different one for foundation, this is really good. The last product that we are going to talk about is the Wander Beauty Upgraded Lashes Thickening Mascara, and this is in the shade Jet Black. First of all, love the packaging. I like how it comes in a tube. Like I just think mascaras that come in a tube are just so like whimsical and different than everything else you see on the market, and so I fairly enjoy that. It also makes it very easy to pack if you are traveling, because it's like, you know, comes down to like a much thinner base here, which is nice. Saves room. This is definitely one of the more spiky, like hard plastic ones that, you know, some mascaras come with. Obviously, in some cases, like for me, I like to get my mascara wand like super, super close to my eye because I want to get as much mascara as possible on the base, and then I wiggle that wand back and forth to get the product through and to comb it through my lashes. I tend to be a little bit afraid of plastic wands when they have really, really long spikies because I feel like I'm just gonna stab my eye. I did not have that problem with this mascara. Everything just lays onto your lashes really beautifully. The only thing that I would say though is that this is not a mascara that's going to be like a one coat wonder, if you know what I mean. Like this is one that you're going to have to take time to build up. I like this mascara at 3 coats. The first coat generally is like, I'm like, oh, that's like really, really natural volume. And so I will take the time to build this up. The nice thing about it though is that it is super buildable. Like it is not going to clump. It's not going to get all like stuck together on your lashes. It's very easy to just wiggle that wand through, get that separation where you like it, get the length where you like it, work with it. And so in that way, I actually really like this mascara. You guys know that typically speaking, when I get those one coat wonder mascaras, I tend to struggle with them a little bit more just because I feel like you enter clumpy town so fast. So yes, I would highly recommend checking out the Wander Beauty Upgraded Lashes Mascara. This is actually one that I think I will repurchase over time. It also wears beautifully throughout the day, no smudging, no flaking, which is delightful. And you know I test my mascaras super, super hard. It's also super easy to remove. I do not feel like this is one of those waterproof mascaras. You know sometimes where you're like in the bathroom and you just have like your eye makeup remover pad on your eye for like what feels like 10 minutes and your mascara is still like stuck there and you're like, great, now I've ripped out half of my lashes trying to remove this. This is definitely one that I would highly recommend. Again, if you like that separated, curled, volumized, lengthened look, like it's really good. And that pretty much wraps up our June speed reviews. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please feel free to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you guys next week. Thanks for watching. Bye.